Yeah.
Be cool, but it really does seem to be this generation.
Okay.
I mean, I know that I was never, if I could do something,
But there were people I worked with that didn't. It just depends on where your background is. There were people in my generation that didn't. It is what it is.
not so people. This is going to come someday. I'm going to get it. And getting out of the old picture.
Yeah. Even with active flavors, because it used to. You'll get there, but it takes I have 2 more to go on this.
Oh, look, what time we ran out? That's my coffee. So tiny. Here. And the arm down. And then right here. Look. I was just thinking about another way to teach you how to move without having to. I just thought about it.
Yeah, Harai Goshi can totally be done from knees also. Corey loves that. Jeff, Alan. Oh, look at that. Alan found the old gi.
Nice. How y'all doing?
I'm tired. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, sir. Thank you. How you doing, Alan?
No, he knew that.
Hey guys.
Hey, Alan, how you doing, man?
Kathy and Jim are coming in.
Excellent.
We are going to have a good one today.
Excellent.
There they are. Then we have
Hey,
Ben. Hello. Hello, hello.
Hey.
I hear Ben.
Hey, Ben.
There he is.
Alright.
And Brian.
Hey, Brian. Yeah, Brian, Jim, and Cassie, Alan, Jeff.
There we go. Recite the magical incantation.
Was there?
What was that?
Recite the magical incantation.
It might be his hit list he's reciting.
You'll have to explain that to me after class.
One more person, I'll be able to make the viewing area nice and big so we can see you guys. We had Nathan in karate. Hopefully we have him tonight. Cynthia said she was going to try to make it tonight.
Hey, Miss Julie, I only had one of the beginners.
I saw that. I've already texted Robert. I really do believe it's still a which email thing. I really do. I'm not sure what we're going to do on that. We'll work through that process. But you had the one that Jay had just taught. So, and they've already replied by text. They had a great time. So,
Awesome.
feedback.
Yay, 6 people.
Yeah. There's Mr. Nathan. We missed you Monday, dude.
I had a birthday party.
What? Priority.
Yeah, nephews.
That's okay. Birthday parties are fine as long as they're not mine.
Right. Nowadays.
Yeah. If you don't have a party, then officially you didn't age.
Oh,
That's my thing. I'm not that old. I haven't had a party in years.
Kidding me? I want to keep adding. I want to be as old as Hanchi Baker and still be doing classes.
So that's why you joined this program. You think we're gonna teach you the wushu finger?
hey, Lady Hater Show.
Hi guys. He's got it. He goes into, let me show you this wrist lock. Don't touch me.
So, I can't tell you the number of times at an NYB seminar I've said, Hanchi Baker, I know I'm going to regret this, but my partner needs to see that again.
Yep. Here, you're filming it? Let me do it to you one more time. I'm like crying, going, let's not.
Focus, lady. Focus.
I volunteer Barrett.
I am. Heather's here. Yay. The Florises are here. Big crew today, and it's time. Perfect timing.
Take that out of the way.
I get it out of the way. Thank
Take
you.
that out of the way. They don't want to see
There
it.
we go.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started so everybody come to attention. And bow. All right, let's go ahead and start off with doing tie jacks. So tie jacks like doing a jumping jack, but every time you come down, it's into the abdomen.
Hello, Domenico.
Not enough to knock your breath out, but enough to get a nice little thump there.
Make those tummies strong.
Nice. Keep it going.
Meet the abs.
Good. And stop. Squat front kick. Squat front kick. So what I'm going to do, just stepping down and squatting,
That's one.
and then front kick. I'm sorry, just regular squat. That was a lunge front kick. We're just going to do a squat front kick. So one leg, then the other leg. So just squatting down. Just get those quadriceps warmed up. Nice and active. Back and forth. Nice, guys. One more. And time. All right, so let's go ahead now to a push-up position. And just move back too far there. And Spider-Man push-up. So just leg comes up beside the hand, pushing down, back up, leg comes back, other leg comes up. Yep. Oh yes, we can see his cheek. There you go, here with cheek.
No.
There we go. And it's back and forth. Back and forth on your own. Because it's hard for me to talk while I'm doing it. Nice.
Everybody's got it. They've got this down.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Nice.
job.
Couple more.
Beautiful.
And time. Good. All right, so now what I want to do is going to be doing straight leg crunches. Straight leg crunches. So it doesn't take a whole lot of momentum, a whole lot of movement with it. Just laying down, legs are straight. Take your legs up a little bit, hands behind your head. Keep the legs straight. Like I said, don't curl them in. Legs straight, and just crunches. And go. Bring your body up a little bit.
There you go, Jeff. Beautiful. Nice.
Nice. Just working that core.
There it is. Look at those strong bellies. Yep. Touch those toes, Nathan. Touch those toes.
Nice. Was Alan trying to touch Nathan's toes?
I didn't want you guys to do cheating.
And relax. Good. So, hope everybody got a little bit of a warm up there. So let's go ahead and stretch out. So I'm going to do a quadricep stretch. Just take your leg back and leaning back on that quadricep. Cassie, I hate you.
Just throws herself backwards.
I know Domenico can do it too.
Yep, Rochelle's down there as well.
Yeah.
Look at Jim, so close,
Nice.
Jim. Look at that.
And relax.
Jeff, that stretch proved you weren't really a Marine.
And the leg back.
You're supposed to be old and unflexible.
Stretch that back.
I was a mountain climber in the Marine Corps. We had to stretch a lot.
That's the gunny, don't stretch.
And relax. Take one arm, pull it across. Stretch that arm. Stretch that shoulder. Nice. Relax. Other side. Pull that arm in. Forward you can. For me, it's not that far. I don't know why.
A lot further it used to be.
And relax. All right, one leg down, across in front of you. Other leg way far back. Come up on top of that knee in front. Hands down in front of that foot.
There you go. That's
And
it, Jeff.
pressing down. Pressing
Nice.
down on that.
Nice.
You get a nice stretch in that groin. As well as the thigh. And slowly relax, come back up.
That's when Domenico's got super flexible.
Yeah, that's nice. Other side. Make sure that foot, try to make it as perpendicular to you as you can. And pressing down.
Good, 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 good.
Oh.
I hear somebody.
That's Brian.
No, that was me.
Oh, sorry. You and your dad sound very much alike.
And relax. And leg off to the side. So doing the same thing. Just one leg off to the side. And one leg's going all the way across. That leg's coming up perpendicular to you.
Now everything's
And
going.
now your foot's just almost like a side kick. Think about it, it would look cool if you were in the air. If you watch the kids doing their jumping side kicks, Cassie, yeah, doing her jumping side kick. This is basically what we're doing, but we're just keeping it on the ground so it looks cool. And relax. Change it up. Other side. Up on that knee. Reaching across. Be sure to pull those toes back. Toes back towards you. Nice. And relax. Over on your belly. And a good abdominal stretch. Just legs on the ground, just pushing the torso up. Just stretching out the abdominals. We got a little bit of extra time today because we're doing our strike check. So what we'll be doing is a bit of BJJ takedown number 1 and Harai Goshi. We're going to change these up a little bit, especially those of you that got partners. We're going to do these from the knees as well. And stretch that back. Stretching out the lower back. Arms way far forward. Head down to the ground.
Oh. Caesar's here.
Good deal. Nice. And relax. All right.
Hey, Caesar.
Hey, Caesar. So get everything kind of stretched out there. Just a little bit. Give us a couple of seconds there. Get anything stretched out that you need to get stretched out. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So the first thing is going to be BJJ takedown number 1. BJJ takedown number 1 or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu takedown number 1. So this is one that half yellows learn. And those are now the advanced curriculum is actually in there now. So BJJ takedown number 1. If we're doing this in the air, all we're going to be doing is remember you're going to take your right hand, you're going to grab the lapel. I'm not mirroring, I'm not Miss Julie, so I know you're looking at me. So just take your right hand, just listen to what I'm saying, not what I'm doing. Right? So right hand, your left hand is actually going to grab the back of the elbow or back there on that tricep if they got that gi on. All right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to step in with that left foot, push that arm down to their side. We push down the arm down to the side. The right side of your head is going to come up and hold that arm in place. Right? So you're still maintaining control of the lapel. Release the arm. Your head's holding that arm in place. Grab the gi pants. You want to grab the sleeve of the gi pants. You're lifting the leg up as you pull the hand down. Big circular motion. Step back, and you dump them down the ground. All right? That is BJJ takedown number 1 without an uke. With an uke, I get to play with Miss Julie. Yay! So Miss Julie's got me. Notice how she's up behind my neck because I'm not wearing a gi. And she's grabbing my forearm, and so that she's got a good lock position. I'm grabbing her lapel with my right hand, behind the tricep with the left hand. All right? So I'm actually kind of mirroring her feet a little bit there. Good. So I'm going to push the hand down. Push the hand down. Step in. The head's going to pin the hand. Don't worry about grabbing it.
To be nice, if you are doing a no-gi and holding their neck, be very careful not to pinch your fingers so you don't scratch their neck. We call it monkey paw, just so I don't have fingernail scratching his neck.
All right. So I'm going to lift the leg as I pull with the hand and pull her down into the position I want her down. Just had the sofa there, so I kind of just a little bit further out. But the big thing is making sure you're stepping back. So wherever your foot was when you tie in, my right foot is there. As I pull her down, I'm stepping back. If you weren't so nice to them, it'd actually be a good self-defense piece if you're actually here with them and I'm tied in and I actually go put this hand down, and if I wanted to pick up that leg and keep that knee right there, notice how I throw her and bust her face right on the front of that knee. We don't want to do that to our rookies. We like our rookies, so we're making sure you step back out. Make sure you step back out. If it's somebody we don't like, if they've been mean to us, it's a bad day, I just leave the knee out there. Give me a good self-defense piece. All right? So that's BJJ or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu takedown number 1. Key points, like what Miss Julie said, was when we come up, monkey paw, okay? So we're actually going to be kind of an open hand on the back of the neck if you're not actually grabbing a lapel. So Miss Julie comes over here, I'm just going to be up close to the camera.
So, yep, instead of digging my nails in, flying around, my fingers are totally flat. And so I come around and just hook with the skin of my hand so that as he pulls off, it's nice and.
Otherwise, you get those fingernails.
Yeah.
Especially like me, I've got my nice long fingernails there. So I'd be clawing the back of the neck.
Most of us have been scratched or have scratched somebody at some point in time.
Exactly. So now, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu takedown number 1 from the knees. We haven't really done this a whole lot. So we haven't done this in a long time, matter of fact. So we were just thinking about kind of adding this in a little bit. So it's not something you got to worry about doing. It's just something if you don't have a nice soft surface, but you do have an uke, they probably appreciate you not going from a very, very high position. Everything else is the same. We're still tied in the same. I'm going to push the arm down. I'm going to kind of take my foot. I'm going to come up on my foot in and grab a hold. And I'm still pinning with my head, with my neck against the arm. I'm still going to grab the leg. I'm going to pull. I'm going to shift and take them down. So you notice how, so without an uke, what's that? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you one more way to do it, or one more position I'm doing. Okay? So again, I'm actually going to be here. I'm stepping in, stepping down, pinning on, grabbing the leg, the geometry of the leg, and pulling and shifting my body out of the way.
Now I get out of the way.
All right, get out of my way. So what we're doing there, I don't know if you can see it real well, but we want to make sure that it's kind of a dynamic move if you're on your knees. Not the throw piece, but the actual shifting out. So when we're tied in.
Nice, Ben and Brian.
What's that?
Oh, Ben and Brian had it. Totally.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Good job, guys. So when I'm actually tied in there, right? So again, I'm stepping up. I'm kind of stepping up.
So bring your left foot up.
My head is coming up to the side. I'm going to reach down. I'm going to grab that gi pants right there. So I'm still making my big circle, right? So I got the lapel. I've got the gi pants. And just shift.
There you go, Heather.
And take them
Nice. So pull backwards with it, Heather.
Actually,
Everything is exactly perfect. Just shift, pulling your leg back instead of pushing forward.
Yeah, your right leg back.
I love your dummy that you made there. She made herself a Goshi also.
Excellent. Awesome. What's his name?
that like we're doing.
Oh, she's muted. No.
You got yourself muted, I think. Let me see. Oh, let me unmute.
Yeah.
No, that's at your side. I can't do it.
That's okay. That's okay. I love it. So you got eyes. That's unhappy Yuki.
That's just.
Josh made him high.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Looks great.
Yeah. All right, guys. So does that help you out a little bit with you got a nuki, especially if you don't have a whole lot of space actually doing that from the knees? You're still able to get everything down, no problem. Ben, Brian, is that good for you guys?
Yeah, it makes it smaller and it makes it a little bit more forgiving as you go down.
Right. The only thing is just those knees.
Yeah.
Probably knee pads. I know y'all have knee pads anyway. If you don't have a mat, then probably knee pads would be a good way to go with that. As well as if you don't have an uki. If you're not comfortable standing up, or if you got a lot of carpeting space, like Alan, I see you got a lot of carpet there. Nathan, the same thing. If you're actually doing it from knees, same thing for Jim and Cassie there. When you're doing it from knees, you're not, tearing your feet up on the carpet a lot of times, or tearing the carpet up as much. So that actually kind of gives you a little bit less friction there. So the big thing that I like about this is actually doing it from the knees. Now I can ask you what you guys think as well. But I think it actually is better in a way because you get a little bit more friction there on the knees. And so if you're actually shifting that body back with those knees, for a fact that when you're standing up on your feet, that's nothing. You're on your knees, you get used to that from the knees, you're good to go. All right? So any questions at all about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or BJJ Takedown number 1?
Yeah, well, Ben and I were talking. One way to think about that. Remember the single leg takedown where you're taking your arm up and you switch from one post knee to the other?
Right. Exactly. Excellent point.
Very much the same motion. So if you've done it in Masters and you've done that takedown, this is a similar concept in that.
Right. All right. So let's move on now to our Harai Goshi.
There's nothing new under the sun.
What's that?
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah. Actually, one more thing with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Takedown number 1. Especially for our upper belts, not even written it down, and I just totally spaced actually going over it. Dominant position. Go ahead and start, especially if you have an uki, or even if you don't have an uki, you can kind of go into that dominant position from wherever you're at. So as Julie and I are here, if you're not familiar with dominant position, Heather, so arms coming down, I'm stepping in, I'm grabbing that arm, grabbing that leg, taking her down. And I'm actually just coming down into, in this case, is the case of Katami or a broken side.
So this is a really good one to practice in that knee motion because it's spinning everything around. So when I do this to kneel, I come in, I pick up, and I shift this knee, I'm literally just going to keep spinning myself. I just let myself follow. So if I'm doing this without him, when I've done everything and I shift and I pull this leg behind, I'm really smaller, so I'm able to shift and really kind of throw myself down, and that gets me almost into that dominant position. That's literally how I fall into them. I take the spin, I'm making myself go in, and I let my shoulders keep going into them.
All right, so those of you that don't have a nuki, make sure you're kind of following around with Miss
So
Jerry there.
if I came in to do this, and I'm about to do my spin and pull my leg, when I pull my leg out, I literally just roll myself over. And because I grip on them, I'm going to fall into them. But one more time, pull my right leg out behind,
Yep.
roll onto my shoulder. And coming from knee, I can do it fairly dynamically without hurting myself.
Yep. Alan, you got it. It's just you're not without the uki there. You don't have that resistance, so you're kind of putting resistance in there yourself, which is perfectly fine. I can see what you're doing there. Easy day.
All right.
Nice.
So most of our throws can be done in one way or another from the knees. Some of them are super easy to translate to knees. Some of them are not. This one, Harai Goshi, super easy to translate to knees. Everybody who's done the push-pull, Harai Goshi is a version of it. So if you've done the master's rotation with the push-pull, yep. So in masters, when we learn the push, and then I'm going to pull him to the ground, Harai Goshi is push. As I push, slide my arm around his neck. And that's the difference between a push-pull throw and a Harai Goshi from knee. So if I'm in knees in the grip and I go to push, my push is sliding my arm around the neck. And my pull is spinning right into, takes good time. It's not nearly as dynamic as though they're not going over your hips or anything like that, but the motion is the same. So if you've done a master's rotation, you want to do a master's rotation, learning Harai Goshi from knees and this is going to help all of that out. So same grip, we're just on knees. My right's a little bit more forward. My push is going to push the shoulders back just a little bit, but I slide around the neck as he comes in. And instead of step, because my right foot's already forward, my left foot just comes out behind. My arms already around his neck to do a beautiful case.
You're gonna do this? Yeah. Let's just do it. Yes. All right.
All right. So that shows you really good piece of your body motion there. So go ahead and rock that a couple of times.
Nice, Jeff.
Okay.
Good. Good, Heather.
This is
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Nice.
Jim
Very
is
nice,
like
Jim.
launching
Good job.
Cassie.
There you go. Good, Nathan. Good, Domenico.
Cassie's gonna totally rock this. She's never gonna want Harai Goshi from standing.
All right, can I do it one more
Yep.
time?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. All right. So let's go ahead now and do it from standing, because doing it from knees is good for good fundamentals, but you still need to, we need to make sure we got our footwork in there. We will make sure that we've got all our hands in there, make sure that we're loading, and make sure we have the reap in there. There's a lot of moving pieces that are in addition to it, okay? So if I don't have an uki, so I'm actually kind of coming in and grabbing, right? So I'm gonna kind of step on my lines here. I've got my lines, see my lines on my pads here. So I've actually got my uki up. I'm gonna kind of pull them up a little bit. So I'm pulling them up on their toes. I'm gonna step across. Notice how my right foot comes in front of my left. I'm gonna turn a full 180, and my right foot's gonna come inside. I want my feet to be together. My feet to be
Yeah,
together.
that's it.
My arm and slid up and around the back of their neck. Hips out, like Elvis. My belt is below their belt. I'm gonna pop up, leg comes out, and throw them over my leg.
That's
over their
it.
hip.
Okay. Got to do this again.
All right.
Just go to the low.
All right. So with the Bocephus, if you got your tackling dummy there.
I'll be ready.
All right. So you're gonna take with your Bocephus. Do you want me to hold it or you? All right. She's got it. All right. So you're gonna lift them up a little bit. Lift them up. Right. So next thing you're gonna be doing is just gonna be stepping across.
Get your
Step behind. Your right arm goes up and around the back of the neck. Your belt is below your belt. Pick up, right leg out, and throw him over the leg.
Oh, and the arm goes out.
Oh, we lost an arm. I guess it happens.
So good.
It happens. All right. Nice, Jim. Don't forget, Jim, that leg out. Put that leg out. When you're throwing them over, they're going to be throwing over that leg, okay? So it's kind of a reach there. So if you do a good throw, you got your hip out there, you should be able to get them over the hip anyway. That leg is just for somebody that's really quicker than we are, like, you know, Kathy. So they can't just go running around. So when you throw them, you actually got them over that leg. Right. Good, Jeff. Nice, Alan. Good. All right. So me and Miss Julie.
All right, that might
Nicely
have
tied in. We got plenty of space there.
been
All right, good. So we're tied in. We'll go slow, but we're gonna get the throw in. Okay. So she's up on her toes. In, around, over the hip. That comes out and throw. I stumbled a little bit. I just didn't want to throw her too hard. I started to kind of keep going there. All right. Everybody see that? All right. One more time. We're tied in. Up on our toes. In, around, sink. Hips up, leg out. She comes across the leg and down to the ground. Nice. All right. So if you've got a nuki, let's go ahead and do this with the nuki if you haven't already been doing it. If you don't have a nuki, we're looking at the footwork and loading up and everything with this. Nice, Jeff. There you go. Rochelle, you can go under. Good.
There you go. Beautiful.
All right. Rochelle, just make sure you put that leg out there. Put your right leg out there. Other than that, that was good. Just doing Harai Goshi with lead. That's perfectly fine.
Yep.
Nice.
Gorgeous.
Nice, Nathan. Good. Nice load, Brian.
Nice, Heather.
Nice, Domenico. Oh, nice, Cassie.
So for working at home, just because I don't know if we've got to teach Heather the drill at home, but literally I'm going to do it sideways. If I'm facing with my left side closer to the camera, I'm going to step my right in front of my left and turn around. And that just is a wonderful drill. Right in front of left, turn around. And for nothing else, just to get in for any Goshi throw, step your right in front of your left foot and turn around.
All right, so at this point, I'm going to remove the pads, and I want to go a little bit more into the footwork with Miss Julie here. We got a little star on the ground, so it's easier to expose that. So, roll this back.
Yeah.
Roll that back.
Yeah, so the drills when you're practicing this, just to make sure you're totally good with the entries. If you don't have a partner, we're doing the crisscross part of the compass road. So if I start straddling, I'm gonna go literally end up having my feet crisscross. Follow the line, step across right, spin left. And I always want to go into a little bit of a squat as you
There you go.
Go into the squat a little bit faster.
Jeff, the only thing is when you do that is, because you've got the positioning and everything, feet together. Get your feet a little bit closer together.
That was what I was going to say. Once you get comfortable with that.
That was good,
So
Rochelle.
I don't have to show the X so
Nice.
wide. I want my feet closer together. So if my partner were standing shoulder width, I would be inside of their feet. So once you get the concept, bring your feet inside. The final thing for Harai Goshi, and I'm going to do this starting facing you and facing away as I turn. The final thing, once I get comfortable with squatting down, is popping my hip out, as Neil said, so that I come, my feet are inside, but my hips outside.
Only jumping.
All right. And that's the next thing. If you practice jumping in, that helps get your hip out.
Nice.
Because
Good,
you get
Cassie.
that
Good, Jim.
dynamics of it.
Nice, Ben. Good, Alan.
And if you practice jumping
Nice, Heather.
out of it, that's going to help
Good, Lee,
put your
Rochelle.
feet and legs beneath the throw.
Nice, Domenico.
So if I launch myself in, the launching out is the throw. The muscles I'm using my legs and my core to make the throw happen.
Those quadriceps are key.
Overcompensation.
You guys got it. Look at that.
Nice. That is
Beautiful.
awesome. That is awesome. Now then, if you can do it from the knees, or if you have a pad or something, or if you have the space, as you're working this up, the next thing is going to be go into a good dominant position.
Yep. Well, then if you're advanced, before that even, the changing to going to just one foot. Even though I lead with my right, when I finish my weight just on my left so I can do the reach. So I want you to replace your right with your left. Jump and replace. That's going to help you make the reap happen. Then the dominant position. Pads go back down for that. I'm not being thrown on the wooden floor.
Nice. That's it.
Well, that'd be harder.
Good.
To jump.
Alan, that was really good.
Dominant position. Toy. Cat was burying his toy. All right. So same concept. This is a rotational throw. So when Neil throws me, he's probably going to go into the case gatami.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anytime you end on the side, you're probably going to end up in a side control. And with your arm already around their neck, a case gatami is the most logical to go to.
All right, guys. That's about all that we actually have for you tonight. So the Harai Goshi, the BJJ Takedown, hopefully you got something out of that. Watch the videos a couple of times over. Make sure that you're working on those quadriceps. It's going to really help out your throws a lot. This was our little piece of the strike check for this month. And hopefully you had a lot of fun. Miss Julie?
Next month, you guys, we have chokes, Hadaka Jume, Kata Juji Jume, Josh choke. Yeah, Neil likes chokes. He's excited about next month. We have MMA takedown and our wrist lock.
Yeah.
Yes, wrist lock.
Yeah, because I think Ben was asking about that.
That's right.
Two-legged takedown?
Last 3 months.
Yeah, two-legged or one-legged?
Not just run through some arm lock flow also, but I did get that curriculum up on the university, and I did label it by what's beginner and what's advanced. So you guys, we have classes Friday. There will not be masters and all that Saturday, but there will be classes Friday. So if you guys are in town or available on the internet, we will have a class on Friday, and then we'll have 4th of July weekend and get into all of that. So.
All right, guys. So without further ado, come to your feet.
Hey.
Now.
Hey.
And you are dismissed. Thank you all very much. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You guys
Nice
always
job,
rock.
guys. We got a
Thank you,
new
sir.
website.
Thank you,
Hopefully
ma'am.
the definition was a little bit better.
All right.
What's that, Ben?
Are we talking the takedown, single leg or double leg? Or both?
MMA is
It's a
single
single
leg.
leg.
We do
Okay.
the hook, the heel hook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that one.
That one.
Yeah, so like
Not the other one.
penetration test.
Oh, you mean the,
Yeah. This
Yeah. The point of that is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
if you
that
did learn takedowns
Yeah,
and
that one.
masters, this gives you yet another one. So it adds to your
Oh,
toolbox
yeah.
instead of keeping it nice and small.
mhm.
So
Yeah,
Jeff,
that.
you got another little fun trick to use on the kids.
Hey, real quick, just from my brain, what were you calling that scarfold? That's the only name I.
Basic atomic.
or scarfold?
Did you need to see it again?
No, I've done it. We've done it a ton in masters and stuff. I just didn't know the name for it. Can you say it one more
It's a
time?
broken side control or case of atomic.
Yeah, so scarf hold that we call scarf in grappling, the official Japanese name is Keisukatami. So,
Keisukatami.
yep.
Never mind. I'll ask it later.
So go ahead.
So in my head, broken side was still belly down.
It's not broken side.
Okay.
little
It's
different.
a broken side because you have one leg out and one leg in.
Right.
But when you're thinking broken side, you're thinking elbows, knees, and then shoot a leg out.
Right.
But Keisukatami is a version of a broken side because you keep one knee against them and one leg's out straight to brace also. So there's like 500 side controls.
Sure. Yeah.
And some of them are both knees in, but Keisukatami, you never bring both knees in. It's always a broken side.
Okay. Just terminology, and then
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's the reason why, especially with the junior belts, we always kind of talk through it. So once you reach brown belt, black belt, then we expect you to know it. We shouldn't have to kind of talk you through. Like Domenico or Nathan, they know, or Brian or Ben, they know. Yeah, they're yellow belt, right? But yeah, so when you do, you know, how to get Tommy you go. Yeah, different moves you got.
But because it doesn't take those really wide knees and open hips, Case Katami is one of the very first positions we teach. Most of the throws lend themselves to it. The scarf hold gives you a lot of dominance, and you don't have to have really flexible hips. So it's a good basic position.
It's also good to transition from.
Great transition position. And so Case Katami is going to be heard a lot, but it's a scarf hold.
Okay.
Arm around the neck, hold the, you know, all the things.
All right. Has anybody else got any questions?
Where'd you get your mats?
Huh?
Where'd you get
Amazon. It's only like $150.
The Z Athletic.
Okay, so you got them online?
Yeah, Amazon. Yeah, it's just Z, the letter Z Athletic.
And this size is a 4x6.
Yeah, I think Rochelle and Lee have one too. Yeah, we've got two of them back here, but they got the same thing.
Yeah. We got a 4x6, and then we just got another long time ago. We got another 4x6 just the same size. But they have a couple different sizes. This was like 150, not very much, super easy. And even with COVID, what, 2 weeks to get in?
Yeah, I think so.
Not really as long as we were thinking it was going to be.
And where are the videos? That's on the university site?
On the university. So you go to the university, do your login. You should see the jiu-jitsu curriculum. The core curriculum is some basic videos of the half yellow belt, and it's got some Word documents in it, and then all of the videos. I haven't archived any of them. I just left them all in there for you guys to watch. So every class, I'm calling this one summer rotation, so you can differentiate between March and June.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
It's always great to see you.
Bye.
Have a good evening.